I still repeat myself that this side now facing angle 90 degrees here is always called hypotenuse, okay? Then this side which I name R and this side which I named X can be opposite or adjacent. Here can be opposite or adjacent, here can be opposite or adjacent, but it depends on these two angles, angle theta 1 and angle theta 2. Remember our SOHCAHTOA, okay? SOHCAHTOA. S stand for sine, O stand for opposite, H stand for hypotenuse. C stand for cosine, A stand for adjacent, H stand for hypotenuse. T stand for tangent, O stand for opposite, A stand for adjacent, okay? Now, if we are referring to sine now, this first one, remember this is for remembrance, okay? This thing I've stated here is for remembrance, okay? Now, remembrance of trigonometric ratio of these three sides and angle. Now, if I am referring to theta 1, okay, if I am referring to this theta 1 as my angle now, this x here will become opposite of it, and the arrow here become adjacent of it, while here remaineth hypotenuse. If I am referring to this angle, theta 2, as my angle, this side I name R now becomes the opposite, okay? While this side I name X becomes the adjacent, right? Now, let us move on now. Looking into this SOHCAHTOA now, then let me start with sine. Now, sine, if I am referring to this theta, my sine of theta 1 will now be opposite, because he said that sine theta 1 is equals to opposite all over hypotenuse, okay? It will now be, now I'm referring to this theta 1, here will become my opposite, which is x all over hypotenuse, okay? So now it will become opposite, which I name x all over hypotenuse for this. Sine theta 1 equals to opposite all over hypotenuse for your easy remembrance. Then if I am referring to theta 2 as my angle, it will now become sine theta 2 equals to, here will now become opposite, now opposite all over hypotenuse. Here will become opposite to this angle theta 2, which is R, which I name R all over hypotenuse, okay? Now, let us move to the cosine. If we are using cosine, that is cos sine theta 1, if we are referring this, remember that cos said cos theta 1 will be equals to adjacent all over hypotenuse. Now, cos theta 1 will now become adjacent, which we name R, adjacent to this angle, adjacent, which we now name R all over hypotenuse. And if I am referring to this one, it will now be cos theta 2 equals to adjacent, here will become adjacent to it, which is x all over hypotenuse. Now let us move to tan. It is tan equals to tan of any angle equals to opposite all over adjacent. Now if I'm referring to angle theta 1, it will now be tan angle theta 1 will be equals to opposite. So angle theta 1, here is the opposite now. Here is the opposite, which is x all over adjacent. Here will become adjacent to it, which is R. Then moving to theta 2, my tan will become tan theta 2 will be equals to, here will become opposite of it now, because it's opposite all over hypotenuse. Here will become opposite of it, which is R all over adjacent of the angle, which is x. Now this is the trigonometric ratio I've shown to you, and we will use this now to solve many questions concerning this triangle that has 90 degrees. There are others I will still show you. Please don't quit. There are others that is following up immediately for this. I will solve so many questions, many of them. So make sure you are following for many of them. Now continue watching.